Thousands of years ago, these were the forces that ruled our world. And...
Welcome back to Director's Choice. We all knew that Disney's Zootopia was going to be a huge success. After all, it was filled with lovable characters, heartfelt stories, and even an homage to a classic movie, The Godfather.
I'm Judy, your new neighbor.
Yeah? Well, we're loud.
Don't expect us to apologize for it.
Zootopia is certainly not a movie we'll ever forget, and it's definitely not one we could ever replace. But we would never turn down a sequel. With the announcement of Zootopia 2 somewhere on the horizon, we've dug up everything you need to know about the upcoming sequel. We'll be talking about who's in the cast, what the plot could be about, how much Disney is giving the crew for a budget, and much, much more. So take a seat, get comfortable, and let's dive into it.
It's not about how badly you want something, it's about what you are capable of.
I am a real cop.
Good animation typically means that the voice acting will be just as good. That was the case with Disney's 2016 film Zootopia, and we expect the same from Zootopia 2. So who do we know is on the docket for the sequel? Well, both Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman appear to be returning to reprise their roles as the protagonists from the first movie, Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde.
Flash, flash, 100-yard dash.
Officer Judy Hopps, CPD, how are you?
So we can all breathe a sigh of relief. We'll be seeing our favorite Fox and Bunny duo in the sequel. We just wonder if they'll still be the main characters. As for other cast members, we have no official casting, but we've gotten word from a few actors themselves. Mark Smith, voice of Officer McHorn in Zootopia, stated that he would be reprising the character in the next movie. It's also said that Jenny Slate is returning as Bellwether. Please keep in mind that these are just rumors, as nothing has been officially confirmed by Disney at this point. We hope we get to see some new characters though. Tommy Lister had also confirmed that he had already made a deal with Disney to reprise his role as Fennec. However, Tommy passed in 2020, about a year after the interview was conducted. There has been no official stating as to whether or not Fennec will be making his return now. We're sad to hear it, but at the same time, we aren't sure that anyone could replace Tommy Lister as his notorious Fennec voice.
Working with the fuzz!
Start talking.
It feels like there's been a lot of buzz over this sequel's release date, and to be honest, it seems like it's anyone's guess. There has been no official time frame, and nothing official has even been released by Disney about Zootopia 2. The best we know is that we'll eventually be getting that already heavily anticipated movie. However, there have been two claims that we've seen pop up the most while looking for something concrete. Some sources claim that the movie will release this year on November 24th to be exact. Although we cannot verify that this is truer than any other one out there right now. It also feels a bit odd that we haven't gotten anything official or advertisements for the sequel, if it's really coming out in the next 6 months. Other sources claim that we won't get the sequel until 2024, which means we'll have to go another agonizing 3 years before receiving the movie. While that's not as immediately satisfying as the movie releasing at the end of 2021, it does mean extra work and love will go into it. Still, it's such a long time to have to wait. We know, we're trying not to cry too. Zootopia is known for its amazing and possibly not so subtle plot about animals and the different species learning to hold paws instead of use claws. Seriously though, like most Disney films, this one knew exactly how to play our emotional heartstrings like a fiddle. It knew when to make us cry and when to make us cheer. However, the ending wrapped up most unanswered questions the movie had, and it may be hard to see where the sequel might pick up. Well, officially, nothing has been released about the actual plot, but that hasn't stopped many people from giving their own takes on what direction the franchise should take, and we have to admit that they're all a bit different. Fans have definitely made their suggestions on how the plot should go, specifically when involving Nick and Judy's unlabeled relationship. Many have reached out and stated that they'd love to see Nick and Judy pursue a romantic relationship, even to the extent that they may get married in the film. That'd be a really adorable journey to experience with two of our favorite fictional characters. Alternatively, the other half of fans who have commented about the sequel's possible plot wants to see the exact opposite of romance. They want to see Nick and Judy stay friends and co-workers and to keep the relationship platonic. They say that there are already enough romantic relationships between male and female, and not enough when it comes just to friendship. That's an interesting thought, and it would still be fun to see what kind of shenanigans they could get up to, even as best friends. Jennifer Goodwin has an interview with Cinema Blend where she stated that she would like to see Nick and Judy continue along their current roles, as they are new two cops in a new Zootopia. But she would also like to see Nick have to convince Judy that the world is worth fighting for this time around. Jason Bateman has a bit of a different approach that he'd like to see the sequel take. That approach? Action-packed fun. He wants to see more punches, less moral stories where people learn a lesson. He said in an interview, "The two of us kicking ass out there, cleaning up the streets. We're a couple of new cops out there, so bad guys be warned." While it doesn't sound as in tune with the original Zootopia, it does seem like it could be a really fun movie. In the new age of streaming, it may be hard to know if a movie is releasing on Disney Plus or in theaters these days. Well, we can't exactly tell you, as there has been no word where this will release, and it could very well be both, as this would not be the first time that a streaming service has played both options. However, if we have to make an educated guess, we can start by looking at the success of Disney's new movie, Luca, and their immeasurable success during the pandemic. It's not hard to see that streaming would most likely gain them a lot of money. Disney Plus does only reach out to the people who already have the service, and those who don't may not want to pay for the entire streaming service just to watch one movie. We're hopeful that they'll release it both in theaters and on Disney Plus. Next, let's talk about the budget that Zootopia 2 is getting. Well, according to Box Office Mojo, Zootopia grossed over $1 billion, and it's predicted that Zootopia 2 is going to be in the same field when it comes to payout. When a good payout is predicted, that means the company may feel safer giving a large amount of money for the budget. Luckily, we don't have to hypothesize on this one, as one of the film's actors has weighed in on what the budget is going to be for Zootopia 2. So how much do you think the sequel will get for the budget? The original got $240 million to make it the smash hit we've all come to know and love. It's unsure what the official verdict is, but Tommy Lister was quoted in a Blog Mickey article stating that the sequel would be $300 million. That's exciting.
We gotta go.
Whose car is it?
The most feared crime boss, Mr. Big Dog.
We can't deny the intense excitement we've experienced finding out all the possible outcomes for plot and characters in Zootopia 2.
Here we go. As you can see, Nangi's an elephant, so she'll totally remember everything. Hey, Nangi, these dudes have some questions about Emmett the otter.
No matter what direction they take, the wonderful quality and story of the first movie is going to have us waiting on the edge of our seats for whatever the sequel may bring.
He just kept yelling about the night howlers. Over and over, the night howlers.
So, you know about the night howlers, too.
What do you think the sequel will be? Do you think Nick and Judy will stay friends or become romantically involved? Let us know in the comments. Take a look at this other recent clip by Director's Choice and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.